Hello students, welcome to today's lesson on fractions. In this video, I'm going to talk about what are fractions and what are the different types of fractions. First of all, we have to know why do we need these fractions, right? We already know about whole numbers or integers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. But not everything in the world can be expressed as a whole number, right? Sometimes we need to express numbers that are between these whole numbers as well, like between 1 and 2, between 10 and 11. Likewise, we have to represent numbers that are between whole numbers. And that's where the fractions are used. Okay? Now let's see what are the different types of fractions. As you can see, I have in this circle, I have divided that circle into 5 different parts as unit fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed fractions, and equivalent fractions. Right, let's start with unit fractions. It is the easiest type of fraction. You know how to write fractions, right? This is how we write fractions. This is one example for an unit fractions. 1 over 8. This is read as 1 over 8. And this number 1, this number that written above the line is called as numerator. And this number written below the line is called as denominator. Right? So in unit fractions, the specialty is the numerator is always 1. It should be always 1. Numerator is equals to 1. It is a must. And this denominator, it can be any whole number. It can be 100, it can be 2, it can be 1000. Likewise, the denominator can be any whole number. Let's write some examples for this unit fraction. 1 over 3. 1 over 100. 1 over 25. 1 over 17. 1 over 99. See, in all these examples, the numerator is 1. The denominator can be any whole number like 325, 17, 99. Likewise, it can be any whole number. That's all about unit fractions. Let's move on to proper and improper fractions. Both of these are common types of fractions, but they tell us different things. They have different meanings. They have opposite meanings, proper and improper, right? If we take an example to proper fractions, we can write as 5 over 8. In here, you can see the numerator is 5 and it is less than the denominator 8. If we take an example for improper fractions, we can write 9 over 4. As you can see here, this numerator 9 is greater than the denominator 4. So the difference between proper fractions and improper fraction is, in proper fractions, it is written in a proper manner. The numerator is less than the denominator, but in improper fractions, the numerator is greater than the denominator. We can write more examples on proper fractions. 4/5, 1/2, 100/102, 9/10. These are examples for proper fractions. And for improper fractions, we can write 99/90, 11/10, 15/7, 4/3. That's all about proper fractions and improper fractions. Next fraction type is mixed fractions. In here, it is a combination of a whole number part and a fraction part. In this fraction part, this fraction part should be a proper fraction, right? This is a proper fraction part. We can write 2, 3/4. 2 and 3/4. This is an example of mixed fractions. There is a 2. It is the whole number part. This is the whole number part. And this 3, 4 is the fraction part. This is the whole number part and this is the fraction part. Right? This whole number 2 represents the number of complete wholes you have. We can write more examples on these mixed fractions. 5, 1/6, 3, 1/2, 10, 2/9, 90, 17/20. Likewise, we can write examples for mixed fractions. Now let's explore equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions? Equivalent fractions are different fractions that represent the same value. Let's take 2/6 as an example. We can write an equivalent fraction for this 2/6 by multiplying both numerator and the denominator by the same number. In here, I multiply this fraction by 2, both numerator and denominator by 2. Or you can multiply this from any number. If you want, you can multiply this numerator from 10 and also the denominator from 10. You can multiply the fraction by the same number, but the numerator and the denominator by same number. It is a must. Okay. This is one method by multiplying. By multiply. And also you can write equivalence fraction for given fraction by dividing both sides by the same number, equal number. We can divide both 2 and 6 by 2. So after dividing, we get 1 over 3 as the answer. So this 1 over 3 is equal to 2 over 6 as well. So this 1 over 3 is an equivalence fraction for 2 over 6. And also by multiplying this 2 by 2, we get 4 to numerator and 12 for denominator. In here, we get 20 to numerator and 60 to denominator. This 4 over 12 as well as 20 over 60 is also equivalence fractions for this 2 over 6, right? So what are the methods that we can obtain equivalence fractions? By multiplying and by dividing. This is how we obtain equivalence fractions, by dividing or by multiplying both numerator and denominator by equal number. Okay. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson on fractions. Let's quickly recap what we learned today. We learned 5 types of fractions: unit, proper, improper, mixed and equivalence fraction. Unit fractions are fractions where the numerator is always 1. We explored proper fractions where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, and improper fractions where the numerator is greater than the denominator. Right? We also discussed mixed fractions, which are combination of a whole of whole numbers and also a proper fraction part. Finally, we looked at equivalent fractions, which are different fractions that represent the same value. We obtain these equivalence fractions by dividing and also by multiplying both numerator and denominator from the same value. Okay, I hope this lesson helped you to understand the basics of fractions and their different types. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more lessons. See you in the next video.